There was a man named Job, known for his righteousness, wisdom, and unwavering faith in God. He had wealth beyond measure, thousands of sheep, camels, oxen, and servants. He had a large, loving family and a reputation as a man who feared God and turned away from evil. Job did everything right. He lived with integrity, offered sacrifices, and prayed over his children daily. His life was blessed, his hands prospered, and his heart remained devoted to God. Then the testing came, the enemy's accusation. In the heavenly courts, Satan appeared before the Lord. "Have you considered my servant Job?" God asked. "There is no one like him, blameless and upright." Satan sneered. "Of course he serves you. Look at how you've blessed him. But take away all he has, and he will surely curse you to your face." God allowed the test, knowing Job's faith was not dependent on blessings. The breaking point. In a single day, Job lost everything. His livestock was stolen, his servants slaughtered, and worst of all, his children were killed when a mighty wind collapsed the house they were in. Pain beyond words, grief beyond measure, yet Job did not sin. Instead, he fell to his knees in worship and declared, "The Lord gives, and the Lord takes away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." Job 1:21. But the enemy wasn't finished. Satan returned and said, "Skin for skin, a man will give all he has for his life. Strike his flesh and he will curse you." God permitted the test, but commanded, "Spare his life." Boils covered Job from head to toe. He sat in ashes, scraping his sores with broken pottery. His own wife told him, "Curse God and die." But still Job remained faithful. Shall we accept good from God and not trouble? The misrepresentation Job's friends assumed the worst. When word spread of Job's suffering, his three friends, Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar, came to visit. At first, they sat in silence for 7 days, overwhelmed by his suffering. But when they finally spoke, their words were like daggers. "You must have sinned, Job," they accused. "God does not punish the righteous. Repent," they urged, "and God will restore you." Their theology was simple. Good things happen to good people, bad things happen to bad people. But they were wrong. They assumed suffering was proof of sin, failing to see the greater test at hand. They did not understand that God was proving Job's faithfulness, not punishing him. The enemy's tactic: misrepresentation and isolation. The enemy always attacks the faithful. He tested Jesus in the wilderness, trying to twist God's words. He pressed Jesus in Gethsemane, trying to break him before the cross. He whispers lies when we are at our lowest, hoping we will believe them. And just like Job, when we are under attack, the world often assumes the worst. They must have done something wrong. Maybe God is punishing them. If their faith was real, they wouldn't be struggling. But suffering is not always punishment. Sometimes it is a refining fire, a test that proves the strength of faith. God's response, setting the record straight. Finally, God spoke. "Who is this that darkens my counsel with words without knowledge?" Job 38:2. Job's friends had spoken falsely. They had assumed to know God's ways but had only misrepresented him. God revealed his power, how he laid the foundations of the earth, commanded the morning, and placed the stars in the heavens. Job, humbled by God's presence, repented, not for hidden sin, but for questioning what he didn't understand. And God restored him. He blessed Job with double what he had before, more wealth, more children, more years. But God rebuked Job's friends, commanding them to offer sacrifices and have Job pray for them. The greater lesson, faith under fire. Job's story teaches us that the enemy will test the faithful. Misrepresentation comes with the battle. Even Jesus was misunderstood. Suffering is not always punishment. Sometimes it is proof of faith. God sees the bigger picture even when we do not. The testing of faith is not about proving something to God. He already knows. It is about proving something to ourselves, to the enemy, and to those watching. Though he slay me, yet will I trust him. Job 13:15. May we hold on like Job. May we not be like his friends. And may we remember that even in suffering, God is still good. If this message encouraged you, please like, share and subscribe. Spread the good news.